it's clear that people came to you because you think they wanted to correct the narrative that's been formed.
Yes, I've spoken to several people over the last couple of weeks, and they're motivated by two things. One is their concern for the people that feel they've been bullied by the Duchess of Sussex while they worked for her. There are bruised and battered people out there who are some of them are still in quite a fragile state, and their voices haven't been heard. And the second motivation is, yes, it's affected by the Oprah interview. The Duchess is doing a very effective job of getting her narrative out there. She's portraying herself as someone who's a victim, someone who is treated badly by the royal family, and we'll hear more of that when she speaks to Oprah. But I think there's another side to things. Relations with staff when she was in the palace, and also how she behaved when she was at the palace. I mean, people I've spoken to, several of them have independently talked to me about how actually she wanted to be a victim from day one. It's as if, they argue, actually she was always planning to get out, that she portrays to Harry that their life is unbearable and the only solution is to pick up sticks and go to North America.
There's got to be something in the timing, though, isn't there? Because people could have come to you or any other media organisation with this story over the last 12 to 18 months. They've chosen the week before the Oprah interview to put this on the front page of your newspaper and create such a furore.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was concern doing it while the Mail on Sunday case was going on. And yeah, as I said, no one's denying that Oprah has played a role in this, but they feel it's now, if they don't get this out now, the concern about the people who've been bullied, the fear that it's a one-sided narrative, if they don't get it out now, there's no point doing it at all, because once Harry and Meghan have said their bit on Oprah, that's it, that's what the world will listen to. And these people who I've spoken to, they just want to get a voice out there saying, actually, there's another story. It's more complicated than Meghan might make out.
You and I have spent a lot of time with the staff who worked for the Sussexes. They always looked tired. They always looked like they were working very hard. There could be another narrative here that Meghan's simply a very demanding boss and expects a lot from her staff.
I think she is a very demanding boss. She does expect a lot from her staff. And of course, one person's bully is another person demanding boss. These are value judgments. But the people are in absolutely no doubt that they were bullied. And as I said, there are several people who I'm aware of who are still in a fragile and an emotionally fraught state because of what happened more than a year ago.
As you write, it was the former Communications Secretary who submitted the complaint about bullying. It wasn't the staff themselves that submitted the claim against bullying. There is some briefing from the Sussex side that they weren't aware or didn't want the complaint to be made.
I'm aware of what the Sussexes were saying, and they've said that the two people named asked for their names to be withdrawn. One of them I don't know about. The other, I'm told, extremely reliably, at no point asked for their name to be withdrawn, is very angry about the suggestion that they wanted their name to be withdrawn, and has said as recently as the last couple of days that no one has ever approached them from the palace to talk about how to investigate or look into the complaint that they were bullied.
When you stand back and look at this story, you do wonder what happened to the palace mantra of never explain, never complain, because clearly this has been planted or placed, or they've come to you with this story. So what happened to the palace mantra of never complain, never explain?
To say planted gives the wrong impression. That makes it sound like it's institution fighting against the Sussexes, a sort of palace versus palace wars like we saw in the old days with Charles and Diana. It's not about that. This is about individuals. It's about individuals who feel bitter about how people were treated and who think that their side of the story, their version of events, should be heard.
And what do you think the effect of your story is going to be? Because the whole world is waiting for CBS on Sunday night, ITV on Monday night, to hear what Harry and Meghan have to say. They are clearly expecting, in the palace, they're clearly expecting it to be quite an uncomfortable watch.
It's very interesting what's going to happen now. Will the Oprah interview be changed at all? I doubt that very much. I don't suppose they're going to record any bits. How will this play out in the States where, let's face it, they're much more popular than they are here? And the other big question is, what's the palace going to do? They've got a lot of questions to answer, and as yet they show no sign of trying to answer them.
And that is an interesting point, isn't it? Because whilst Meghan might criticise the men in grey suits in the palace, equally the men in grey suits didn't act to affect any change as a result of the bullying complaint. So therefore they're accused of at one stage not protecting Meghan, but at the same stage not protecting staff who accused her of bullying.
Yes, this point is addressed directly in the piece I wrote in the Times, when I quoted a source as saying the men in grey suits who Meghan hated so much have a lot to answer for, and they do, and we haven't heard their answer yet.